Hi, I'm Seamless, and this is the third part of this track from scratch. We're continuing to do basses. Well, at the moment we have this. Those empty bits are places that I'm planning on filling right now, as far as I can get in this part. So sort of the sadness about using hardware and analog and all that kind of stuff is that when you want to do new things and move on, you have to just necessarily destroy the old one. And we're gonna... Doot. Oh man, this is going over here now. Yeah. Rotate. No, stop that. You rotate. There you go. So now you can hear when I say things, and I'm over here. I have this like drawer system over here with the cables in it. Like I have like the small ones and the smallest. You know, it's ordered by size, is what I'm saying. And then I have that, and on top of that, I also just have a huge mess of cables right in front of my keyboard that just lay in front of me because I just unplug them and lay them down, and I pick them up from there. Like that. That's been my system as of late. Actually, you know something? We're gonna keep some aspects of this going, like that utilities. Yeah, so we got gate going in here, coming out in there, and the pitch going there. So all the tuning stuff is the same basically. And I guess actually part of the same. The output here is always gonna go out to number two. Actually, if I want to be even more clever, I don't even need the double output into from the operator here, from the envelope rather. Let's zoom in on that for a second, because I am probably going to do another stereo sound. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to take the output of the envelope and plug him into a mount. Ta-da! And then I'm going to get some small cables. And take the envelope out and put them into the CVs of 1 and 2. Neat. And then I can output 2 here into CV2, or rather 8.2. Wink. There. Now the utilities are doing the thing. It's like electronic Legos. It is an awful lot like extremely expensive Legos, or maybe only a little bit more expensive Legos. Right. So now what I wanted to do, I'm gonna do something kind of interesting, and involves a start of some stuff that's basic. Peculiar. Oh, sorry, of course. Which, like, I'm locked into now because if I wanted to do a different scale, I have to time stretch the other stuff, and I kind of want to avoid time stretching things I record out of the synths here. How's that chord taste? Tastes like chords. Chord gourd. All right, you are working, right? Yeah, you are. So hardware land. I was just putting notes down. Saw wave into a filter. This is the Corgasmatron that I was mentioning. It's the dual filter. It's the most dual filter that ever dual filtered. Its specialness is that it's VC controlled. The newer version that they have, the same company that make this, has a little more options and stuff. There's even a breakout, like an extension box for this thing that I broke. Yeah. So the output that we're going to get out of this I don't need a huge one. Out A in 1. And let's do 8.1 here. Actually, needs to be a new channel now because that's no longer the recording channel. It's that bass's processing channel. Alright. be doing it. Out A, in A. A straight out. This happens every once in a while where it's like something stupid is making this not work. And by something stupid, I usually mean me. And so, you're coming in. You're a saw wave. You're going in A. You're doing it. It's happening. Really low pitch for some reason. You're 8 at 2. You are 8 at 1 coming out of here, right? Yes, you are. CV on. Alright, let's make sure that the freaking filter's not busted. Alright, that doesn't make sense. I am putting the thing in the CV one in, out. Should hear that. Did I miss? Nope, that says 8 at 1. Is it really 8 at 9? Nope, it's still 8 at 1. Ugh. This is a fairly frequent issue. Oh, ow. Is it just low ass pitch? Is that what I'm getting at? That was weird. I don't know what changed. That's a fairly common hardware problem too, where stuff just works again for no reason. Alright, try this again. Saw wave, into filter. Filter, into VCA. Oh, because that was high pass filter. I still would have heard that. Is that a Prodigy song that had that as a bass line? I forget. And the whole reason we're going to do that is because we're going to plug this into the BitRaiser. BitRaiser, are you going to reach? Nope. Okay. So the BitRaiser is a bit crusher. And now we got that going for us. Let's turn you the hell up though. So, Bit Crush is Bit Crush. Specialness about having this in the modulating universe is that we can modulate the bit crushing parameters. Actually, we're gonna need it. We're gonna do something kind of weird with this. I'm gonna. Ooh, I can make it different. That's special. All right, I'm gonna make you a saw, rather, freaking triangle wave modulation, and then I'm gonna modulate the filter by a square. And the square and the triangle in the DPO are two different oscillators, and the oscillators are not the right pitch right now. They're reasing slowly. So that means that the modulation on this box is also going to rease slowly. Alright, so this one I think I'm going to actually want to use modulation for. And to that end, we're going to need to do some special shit. How do I want to do this? Essentially, we're going to put in a level out this guy, the Expert Sleeper's ES3, which is just an output, 8 at output. coming out of my ADATs from the 802, which is fine because I have the ADAT inputs coming in for the microphone boxes, but then I have outputs that I can use for things like the ES3. Yeah, all right, let's use freaking Gatekeeper. Can I load this as a generator? Nope. So Gatekeeper is actually a fairly new plugin from Polyverse, the company that does infected mushroom stuff. And it does a bunch of stuff, but what I'm going to use it for is actually to do CV output. Because you can do that. If you want bipolar. So that, by the way, is what DC offset sounds like just coming out of your speakers. But we don't need to hear it. It needs to come out and ADAT. You want to? You are not. Are you 910? You are. All right. See those lights lighting up now? Up and down they go. But we're really kind of barely going to use this thing like this, because it's also got just the output going for it. I should just have you on. And then it's got this. Yep. Tools, less tweaked, output gain. I'm going to copy this value, put it on the max because it doesn't want to go above it. And so now the whole range of this will be up to that level. Ta-da. The reason I'm using a whole other plugin to do this is because there's a what the hell is I about to say? You can just set a DC offset inside Citrus that does this. And the reason why we're using this is because Gatekeeper as a plugin cares a lot about sharpness and smoothness. And because this is just sort of volume automation when you think about it. And when you move certain things certain ways, certain speed, it causes artifacts in particular ways. And Citrus's problem was that it didn't have on-off smoothing with the parameters. And when you get clicks in your modulation, it moves things, and that can be a problem. So Gatekeeper, better about that. So we're going to take that output, and I'm going to modulate. Oh, damn. Okay. All right, modulating the filter. I was going to think of something else for a second. All right, I'm going to take the output of ADAT1 here, and I'm going to put it into that mult that's over here. So now that this modulation output is being cloned, and I am going to modulate the filter first. FM1 on this guy. So FM stands for frequency modulation. You might wonder, why is there frequency modulation inside a filter? It's because the cutoff frequency is a frequency. It's just a homogenization of terminology. See how that wasn't very sharp? That's because smoothing is on. That still was not that sharp. It's possible that it doesn't really let you modulate this the way that I'm thinking of. This is the first time I've actually tried doing it like this. Usually I just let the thing do its thing. But I actually want kind of a specific thing to happen. But now that I think about it, I don't think I need to. Because you could just pretend this is like an envelope controller. And it not automate this at all. So this is a little bit like a massive sequencer internally. It's got like the different kinds of shapes and things going on, but is this the thing I want to modulate? This thing might be the thing I might want to modulate instead of this thing, now that I think about it. New plugins, y'all. So real quick, let's just turn this off a second, and so that I can. Because if I could just get automation to work, then I had no reason to use that internal sequencer. I could just link that to that thing. Way better. Okay, cool. So that was the parameter they meant. Okay, maybe not, but still better. Jeez. Boop. Sorry, forgot I was in hardware land. Don't worry, you didn't miss much. Gatekeeper. Interface like massives. I automated this guy first. Incorrect. This is the guy I want to modulate. Although, okay, there is actually... Is this all modulation? Because if there's an internal way to do this, then that's where the smoothing keeps in place. But whatever, this is doing the job I want. I didn't actually plan on doing sharp modulation. Will this reach here? No. Alright. Let's leave that modulation going. We can get back to hardware land. I'm going in. Super long stack cable. The reason why is because I want the freaking saw wave. I want it. I forgot the part where the resonance is on. Something. I think I might actually not want the saw at all, but instead the triangle. It's a little jankier than I remember doing it. I remember being the last time I tried this. This is just going in there like that, right? It's not going to do much if I do like this. Incorrect tuning is incorrect. So now I'm going to take that modulation and I am actually going to modulate this primary parameter that's in here. Oops, sudden square. I just realized I was modulating the torpedo for like a minute there because it wasn't. It looks. So these are all Roland like thingies, like Roland Ario. I forget what they're called. Are they called that? But they're modular stuff, and they are very homogeneous. They look kind of the same, and I was just messing around with those parameters. They don't do anything. Good job, me. throwing this last bit of modulation here triggers some like secondary bit. Alright, so kind of what I was going to use this sound for was like, I need that modulation. Derp. I'm gonna do this. They're kind of the same sound. And again, not at all. Derp. Let's do this. Yay! I collapse these guys into a single thing. So it's, I kind of want this to be more like a. Yeah, it's going out that way and it's coming in here. Alright, so how hard do I want to go with this? The answer is always quite hard, but there is a kind of hard I could be doing right now. I like that kind of neuro-y square texture. I can sort of accentuate that. We're coming at this guy, right? Yeah, so that means this guy comes out of here into there, so boop, here we go. This is where we go, the stereo part. Let's go back to hardware world. What am I doing? Always trying to remember what I'm doing while I'm doing these crazy things. Oh yeah, this freaking reverb. Let's use the mid-range. Am I out? Am I out of these freaking cables? It does. Oh, it does reach. Just very almost. Okay. Output 1, output 2. And now in FL, changes to 8 at 1 and 2. Cool. We do actually have the square thing. So, modulating something by a square doesn't make it have a square. And unfortunately, in some regards, modulating analog waveforms by another analog waveform, even by an octave higher, does not create square wave harmonics in the same way it does digitally. So I don't have that to just do things with. But we can. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that's not long enough. Let's do the actual square this time on the size of reverb, on the reverb. So the size knob on this reverb that we're doing, it's got a CV control, which means it can be modulated by CV, which for me that means that it can be FM. The thing is, not all parameters are created the same insofar as how fast it can be modulated. I'm using a square wave to modulate this, and it's going to try its best to like snap up and down or whatever, but at higher values, if we were doing it slow enough with the specific sounds, you could hear that it's not actually snapping up and down. It's kind of doing a wee, it's dipping, because there is a limit to how fast some of these things can move. That limit is different for every device. So, this knob is a pre-delay knob. It actually delays the audio output, and if you modulate it, you can change that in real time, and it kind of does strange shit. There's probably a bit of smoothing, yes, because of the guts. So here's something else fun. I'm going to modulate the decay time, so that when the saw wave hits in the beginning, or rather, actually, this is a saw wave. The saw wave is going to hit it, and that's going to mean that it's going to be either long or short. It has an attenuverter in it, so I can make it whatever I need to. But it will mean that different parts of the oscillation will have different lengths of reverb. This is why I should keep my cables in the same spot. Where the heck are my tiny green stack cables? Here's one of them. Yay. Short stack cable. Because I want that saw wave to modulate tilt. Pretty sure you can see what I'm doing. So inside the razor, the bit razor, it's got the primary bit crushing pitch, like the amount that it does it with, and then it's got a filter. It's just a straight up regular filter, and it's a pretty good idea because bit crushing creates a lot of extremely high frequency shenanigans if you're not ready for that. But what's cool here, smack the camera. What's cool here is I'm modulating the pitch with FM, and I'm also modulating the filter with FM. And what's neat is that means I can keep the waveform's level of sharpness because of the modulation, but then still cut out the grossness that gets created by the bit crushing on a per oscillation basis. So I'm able to keep the sharpness and keep the tone. Because otherwise it would just be this. Which has its place, you know, it's not a bad sound. That's also not totally going to cut it. So we're able to use FM to impart the texture back, even though we have a new tone. This one's gonna need like a different modulation, like a wop, and here's the and here's the wop. Actually, probably do like one unique. So that's going to be something else completely. This last bit here, that's not this sound. Alright, a lot about this is going to change. Please don't worry. And you don't know what I'm doing because I haven't moved. God, I got to get better at that. I really got to get better at that. Yeah. Anyway, I haven't. Someone in the chat asked me what AI am I using? Oh, audio interface. I thought she literally meant like AI, like composer, because they exist and I have seen them and I haven't tried any of them yet. But that's gonna be a thing soon. But yes, audio interface. Fireface 802. Over there. Fireface 802, Digimax D8s, these two, a Behringer patch bay, and an Art SCL2 compressor. This is an Alesis passive cooling amplifier for my passive speakers, so that there's no fans. It doesn't make noise. Not that it needs to, because my laptop does the job. So I would like to use a slide note, but we can't because it's MIDI now and not an FL thing. Shift, right click, delete. But what we can do is pitch bend. Wow, it takes that seriously. Okay, let's just do 12 then. Wow, even that. What the hell is this thing? I don't know what this thing's range is, but it seems to be a lot. That's fine though. I don't need to do much. It's already linked to a controller, but what controller? Oh, it's probably the global pitch modulation input. Alright, we need a little higher res with this. Alright, is having the two cameras up in here like too annoying on the FL side of things? I personally don't think it is, but I'm not other people. That weird little delay is interesting. Oh yeah, shit, I forgot. I have to do this every time. All balls, I forgot to make this unique. Alright, well that was what? You? That was you. I do that constantly. Maybe even like go low and go high. It'd be kind of funny. Because this last note originally went down to the major 7, and I might still do that. Okay, it's actually late, and I have a call in 10 minutes that I gotta do, so I gotta go. I'm really glad I looked at the time because I almost didn't. Damn. I'm getting kind of in the zone with this, so this is cool. I guess I have to not touch any of this until the next time I do this. I guess I'll have to do this frequently. Well, if you have any questions about anything, please let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all the good stuff. And as usual, have a nice day, ye of the YouTube.